Hi faithful friends, my name is Michelle and I am the Faithful Decorator. Thanks so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm sharing a quick weekend getaway that my husband and I went on recently to Berlin, Ohio, where we did some thrifting and some primitive shopping, and so I got some great finds I'm really excited to share with you, so stay tuned. I want to show you what I got, but I also want to show you some of the places that we visited. I think you're going to enjoy them, so stay tuned. My husband and I recently went on a little weekend getaway to the Amish country area of Berlin, Ohio, and we had such a good time. You know, I live here in South Central PA, so I'm a few hours from Lancaster, which is a big Amish community area, and so Berlin and the surrounding areas is similar, but it's so different at the same time. So it was just really a lot of fun. We really enjoyed ourselves for the weekend. Got to see some new places, some new stores, and new thrift shops. The reason we decided to go to Berlin was for the Simple Goods show. I unfortunately did not get any footage of that particular show, only because it was crazy packed. The last time I had been there was like maybe the second or third years that they were open, like a long time ago, like a couple decades ago. But it still did not disappoint. I guess over the years I just wasn't able to make it for whatever reason, and so this year I just determined that is someplace that I wanted to visit, and so we did. Now, for the weekend, you know me, I'm not gonna go anywhere really without stopping at some thrift stores. So I want to show you a little haul that I picked up, both thrifted, some things from the antique show, and other things, and well, just a couple things from one of the magnificent stores that they have in Berlin. So let me just take you through this and share with you what I got. I'm going to go ahead and show you the clips of some of the thrift stores while I'm at it, and some of the Shenanigans. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but from the huge Shenanigans store in Berlin, Ohio as well. So let me start with, this is not going to be in any particular order, but I do want to share some cute little vintage items that I got from a thrift store, and I don't know the names. I'll share with you, I'm going to show you clips of some footage of the stores as we go, and I did take pictures of the names. But first thing I got, and it was for 50 cents, was this little pack, 3-pack of, well, they're bandanas. One is a bandana, but these vintage little napkins. Show you how cute this is. Of course, this one has, you know, the nutcracker on it, the vintage holly. So for 25 cents for 3 of those, you know, I wasn't gonna let that in the store, let it, you know, risk not being loved and placed in a loving home. And here's the other napkin. Just makes me think of my childhood. I think that's why I like the vintage pieces. I do have some of the bright colored vintage that I do like to decorate with, although I also lean primitive, so I'm trying to figure out how to mix the two. So far I've been just kind of keeping them separate, mixing in a few things here and there, but we'll see what I come up with this year for Christmas. I usually either go one way or the other, but I've been trying to brainstorm ways of mixing the two. Not like for Thanksgiving, it was really easy because turkeys, the colors are, you know, are the browns and the muted oranges, and so they blended in really easily with primitive. But Christmas with the bright colors is a little more difficult to do. But I'm determined to figure something out this year, so we'll see. But this, I think this was like, I don't have the price on it. Same thrifts, oh yeah, I do. This was 25 cents. Probably can't see. This apron. Look, it's a Santa apron. I thought that would be cute just to hang in my kitchen, because I do use aprons. I probably won't use him, but isn't that so cute to have it hanging in my kitchen? Just a little Santa apron for 25 cents. Come on. Can't pass that up either. Cannot pass that up. Now this is for an outside piece, or this is an outside piece. It's still tagged up, but this was $2, and it is a garden flag. So do you all decorate with garden flags outside? I know, you know, of course, American flags, but do you also use garden flags? I use them for every season. I just like the bright colors that they give. But with that cardinal, I thought that was pretty. And here's the thing, they're kind of pricey. They average about $30, the least for brand new ones. So for $2, and that one is, from what all I can tell, is brand new looking. So for $2, I went ahead and picked that up, because the other thing is I go through those flags pretty quickly at this house. The front of my house faces south, so it's very hot sun. It just fades them so quickly, so I go through them pretty quickly. So I was pretty happy about that find. At that same thrift store, this is kind of random, one Christmas bulb. I looked everywhere. I could not find more than one, but I love the browns. I could put this out now in just like a bowl or in one of my displays for the colors, but it's the velvet ornament with the rubbed oil bronze hinge on it. And it was, well, it was $2. I debated whether I should get it, but I really like the color. I know this is kind of trending, the velvet, so I went ahead and just got that. I know, who says $2 is expensive, but compared to 25 cents, $2 is a little bit high, I think, but I still got it. And these 3 items, also I thought were a little bit overpriced, but maybe not. But it was this set of tins. I kind of feel like there's one missing. But they're from Potpourri Press in Greensboro, North Carolina. They're just a brown, and it's more of a yellowish cream tin. But it really, you know, I like these to decorate with, and the colors are spot on. This one was $2.50. The small square, $1.50, and then the little round one was $1.50 as well. But they're cute, right? Aren't they cute? My husband said they look like my decor, that they fit in with what I have, so I definitely, I actually hesitated on getting them. I don't know why, but when I started finding them all 3 pieces scattered throughout the store, then I was like, oh, I gotta get them now, because I kept finding them. They were kind of like little Easter eggs. But I found them. Now the last thrift store that I went to, I found this very primitive stocking. It was $1.50. Season's greetings. My thoughts for this is to hang this in my bathroom above my tub. I have like a wainscoting around the back of the tub with hooks, and so I want to hang this. I think this will look pretty there, but I also have some primitive long johns and some long stockings I think would look cute all together in a cute little vignette in there with the, you know, very wispy greens hanging on the shelf above the hooks. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I end up actually putting it there, I'll definitely share that with you, but that's what I'm thinking. Those are my thoughts, you know, just kind of thinking ahead, how I want to decorate, where I want to put things. I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional, believe it or not. When I buy things, I want to kind of have an idea. I mean, I say that, but honestly, if I really like something, I will figure out a place to put it later. and I usually have no trouble coming up with ideas. Might take me a few minutes, but I usually almost always can find a place for something that I love. Don't we all do that? If we really love it, we'll make it fit, we'll make it work, right? Okay, now I went to a cute little primitive store in Berlin and had some cute things, but it was the evening before the Simple Goods show, so I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of things, although I could have, but I definitely wanted to pick up this table square. Let me open it up. It's the green and red. Might be coming across as black, but it's definitely green, like a nice olivey green that I have. And the back side, you can see like a two-sided, compare the two here. Two patterns, so I could flip it either way, but I wanted this to go across my dining room table for Christmas. So this was purchased new from that gift shop, the primitive gift shop. Okay, so at the Primitive Goods show, I got, actually let me go get the one thing I got. The one thing I definitely wanted to go there for. So one of the things I knew I wanted to look for, I didn't know if they would have it at this show, but I had a good feeling that they might. But I wanted to have something from the front of my house, very primitive and rustic looking, and I wanted it to be some sort of a gourd arrangement that I could keep out. They did not disappoint. I found exactly what I was looking for. So if you like primitives, you probably appreciate this. But it's real greens and real gourds. And they're the pretty good size ones. I didn't want too small. I didn't want too big. So this is just right. And this piece of green fabric, I have it hanging outside on my front porch, and I think it just looks really nice there. This is one thing I definitely was looking for at the show. The other items that I got at the Simple Goods show are these. Okay, I found this cute little brush. You know, I have that small little collection of old brushes, but look at the color on that. It's like a creamy, just a cream color with the brown wood tone. It is missing a few bristles, but I'm okay with that. But this, they called it a painted brush, like painted, like it was painted, but I mean, yeah, I guess it was painted, but it's a paintbrush. Isn't that so cute? So pretty. Maybe it's for the clothing, I don't know. But that'll look nice with my little miniature brush collection. And then I got this bag of battery operated candles. Let me show you here closer. But they're for on a Christmas tree. So they have this little hook and they're all primitive. Smell amazing, like cinnamon. So this will be so pretty on my tree, on a wreath, on a garland, mix in a basket, like wherever. The possibilities are endless with this. So it was a bag of, the bag had 10 of these in. Comes with a remote. So it can be a solid. I can increase the brightness or decrease the brightness. And it has a slow flicker. Must be LED because it's kind of hard to come up. And then it could have a fast flicker. No flicker. So it's a little hard. I think it's an LED bulb inside, but I thought that was a great find, especially, now I know I mean, honestly, even if you go to like Hobby Lobby and buy these. They have them similar things there. By the time you do all the grubbing and then they dip this in the silicone, I mean, that's time consuming. So I was happy to pay for these, especially because it has the remote. I could just turn those puppies on and call it a day. So I'm pretty tickled with that find. Turn it off. So at the Shia, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it's the Shia. Let me show you the receipt so you can kind of read it. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but we went to this market, and so it's like a food market, like an Amish market. They have all sorts of some amazing Christmas decorations. Some of their trees were just absolutely gorgeous. So I did get some footage of those. You could take a look at those. Aren't they amazing? The trees were just gorgeous. The one tree had the big red puffy bows. I don't know if you're someone who likes to decorate with the trends. So bows are very popular. They're coming into popularity for this year. And so there's some really cute ones that I saw on the trees. But, I mean, just a great place if you wanted to get, you know, gifts for family and friends. But the only thing I picked up, I mean, we got some food items there, but I picked up these two. I did put batteries in them. These are just the basic flicker candles that look realistic. Now these have like a swirl on them. If you can, there you can kind of tell. So they're like swirled. I needed a couple more of those to go in my displays because the other two that I purchased a few weeks ago, I'm already finding places where I could use more. And I've already switched them, robbed them from one place to put in another. So I went ahead and got two more of those. They will definitely come in handy, so. well, folks, I think that covers it for today. That covers my Berlin, Ohio thrifting and antiquing haul. I mean, as you know, as modest as it is, I'm okay with it. What I got, I'm thrilled with, and I'm just excited to decorate. Oh, there is one more thing I got at the Primitive Goods show. I got these sunflower heads. Now, I know that's kind of weird, especially when the field next door, I could have gone out there, and gotten some of their old sunflowers. They chop, you know, the stems and stuff down, and there's a few that fell on the ground. I don't know, I just kind of feel like I'm too shy to go ask, and I feel like just taking them is stealing, so I went and bought some. But they look really cute here next to my turkey, my very primitive turkey. But I'm excited to decorate for Christmas. Start getting ideas, start implementing my ideas, I should say, because I have quite a few going around in my mind that I want to do this year. But I do think I'm going to lean a little more primitive this year. I will still probably find somewhere to put some of my vintage items. I kind of go, like I said earlier, I kind of go back and forth, you know, more nostalgic vintage, and sometimes more, I just like the colonial, you know, primitive feel of Christmas sometimes too, just the simplicity of it. And I think that's kind of what I'm leaning in this year, just kind of the feeling of simplicity, you know, just kind of nurturing and loving, taking care of yourself and your family, but doing it in a way that, you know, is cozy and causes me to be reflective. So that's what I'm feeling this year for Christmas decor. Of course, that is all subject to change because, you know, I'm someone who likes variety, and I like to just be creative in the moment. And so once I get started with something, it's easy for me to change directions and try a different plan. So I'm not someone who is rigid. This is what I've decided I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do. So I do change my mind often, and I reserve that right? So anyway, I'll keep y'all posted on how I implement these items, and if I use them this year, I will definitely share that with you as well. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate you viewing my channel, you subscribing, and even giving me those thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. And I am enjoying your comments, so keep those coming as well. Until next time, have a great day and know that you are blessed and highly favored.